Eat my dinner. 43 Whiskey Charlie 181. 9 Alpha Tango 791.
Good evening, Joe. 791, 181.
Yeah, 43 Whiskey Charlie 181. Victoria, Australia. Got a good Q5 on you. Let's QSY for a short down to, let's go down to 545. How's it going there, mate? How's things in Australia today? How are things going in Australia today?
Not too bad. Bloody cold, actually. I was just talking to Danny in Arizona, and it's only 11 degrees here this morning or this afternoon now. So it's a bit fresh, mate, back to you.
Oh, that's crazy. You know what it is here right now? Today we're 15 degrees Celsius, and right now it's still 13.5 degrees Celsius, QSL.
Yeah, I reckon it's pretty close. I just had a look, and I think it's only about 11 or 12 today here. It's not good at all. So, it's unusual. A lot of summer crops trying to get planted this time of year, and back to that, it's 12 degrees it is, 12 C. So a lot of summer crops, rice and things like that this time of year getting planted. I bet you they're still in the effects because it's been too cold.
Yeah, that's kind of like here too. If they plant a little too early in the spring or something like that, the chilling effect isn't good for some of the warm weather crops there, QSL. They like the warmth, yeah, so they got to wait. It's better to wait a little bit later here when they're this far north, but I know what you mean. You know, sometimes people like to put their tomatoes in a little bit too early, and they actually suffer their QSL.
Yeah, they think you get it at the right time. The ones that they might be a bit later, though, but they seem, you got the right weather, sorry. You get the right weather, they catch up. They seem to do the better growing, so sometimes it is better to wait a week or two.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, a lot of people like to put their tomatoes here in April, but April can still be kind of cool. I mean, we get nights down to like, 7 degrees, something like that. So sometimes it's better to actually wait for the first week of May. And yeah, it's just, it makes for happier tomato plants, QSL.
Yeah, they do. They seem to catch up with the right weather. So, how's everything been going for you? It's been very quiet this way. But I haven't been around much either. I've sort of been incapacitated to a degree. So, but I'm hearing you beautifully as per usual.
Yeah, you're booming in here. I got you 10 and 20 over 9. Into the red. Q5 very quiet on this side right now. I was out in the garden today doing some stuff, then I went down to the coffee shop, had a cup of Java with my buddy there, but I came back into the radio room. It was probably around just after noon our time there, and I called out on 555, very quiet, and then I had 56 Delta X-ray 113 Panu out there in Finland come back to me, so I chatted with him for a bit. And then after him, I had coming off the back of my beam, I had actually he was coming in off the back of my beam, that's right, because I was pointed your way. And then just after that, I talked to Denmark, but that was really about it for far off skip. And then just some stuff in Hawaii and southeastern U.S., that's about it, QSL.
I contacted in England last night. It was probably absolutely as quiet as a mouse and up into the red. So it's definitely still about, but it is hit and miss back here.
Hey, there you go, man. Yeah, I haven't heard Europe for a long time, so I was quite pleased to catch 113 out there in northern Europe in Finland. And he says, yeah, it was -4 there, -4 Celsius. And I asked him about the lightness. He says, dark all winter there. Dark day and night, man. I say, oh, man, that would probably get to me after a while.
Oh, yeah, the way, yeah. I'm pretty sure I've spoken to the 113. So, yes, I seem to hear the same stations, which is not a bad thing. So, I think it's the blokes that are still serious about it, get out. But Dave, I can't see Chief Oscar properly. Last night, he was absolutely booming in down here, and there was no one else, not a sound. So you can't tell me there were the only two people on the radio. So it's very weird some nights.
And it's nice, so when you get a station like that, though, right? Because there's nobody else in there, and you can actually have a decent QSO without all the well, put it this way, without it being a train wreck in there, and you're trying to pick out bits and pieces of what he's saying. It's almost like talking on the telephone when it's that quiet, QSL.
Well, it was last night. It was like local. It was like only a couple of k's apart. It was very, very good. So I'll probably poke down tonight and have a bit more of a listen about. So, how's the gardening going? Getting any new varieties going, or are you just looking after what you're looking after?
I was out looking at my beautiful Australian tree ferns today. We have two of those, Cyathea cooperi. I bought them about 6 years ago from the grocery store. They're like little guys. Actually, no, I think it was 2018 I bought them. Probably 7 years ago. And they were these tiny little pots. Now these things are getting really big. And then the Tasmanian tree fern, but nothing really new. Just kind of raking up a bunch of leaves and cleaning up around the garden. And you know, it's funny, when I go buy another plant, I have to walk around the garden and figure out where I'm going to put the bloody thing.
Oh, well, all for the enjoyment, mate. But, you know, thank you, you got it. It looks really great to me, anyway.
Yeah, I guess there could be worse hobbies, right? You know what I mean? So I do like gardening. I do like talking on the radio. So I guess they're kind of healthy hobbies. But yeah, we do enjoy the garden year round. My wife is always out there doing something in the garden, but no lawn to mow here. We don't have any lawn. It's just kind of pathways and stuff and courtyards and just lots of plants there, QSL.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder whether that's more work or less work, do you think?
Well, we don't have any weeding, no lawn mowing. It's just trimming. She trims the odd palm frond off once in a while when they go brown, but really, it's the only maintenance is raking some leaves that fall off some of the trees once in a while, but it's actually pretty low maintenance, QSL.
Yeah, right, those Australian trees. How do they like the weather there? I suppose a lot of it's pretty similar climate.
Well, it's the best weather in Canada here. Like the mildest winters are out here along the Pacific coast. So anywhere near the Pacific Ocean, you're good in the winter. Yeah, you can get occasional snowfall, but it just never really lasts that long, especially on these islands. I mean, some winters we have no snow at all or just a few flakes, and sometimes you can get like 5 inches of it, but it just never sticks around. It ends up turning to rain. But you get inland a little bit away from the water, you don't feel that kind of regulating effect of the ocean, and a whole different ball game there, QSL.
Okay, that's interesting. Just get away from the water and it gets colder, I presume?
Way colder, because the ocean temperatures here, they don't go below 7 degrees Celsius in the coldest winter days. So it's kind of like a heat bank. When you're anywhere near the water, you can grow way more stuff out here. You get inland a little bit, then the growing zones change drastically.
What's the water temperature during the summer months? So 7 degrees to me, that seems cold. Definitely cold. I think up here it's around 22 or 26 at the moment.
Oh yeah, your water's way warmer than ours. West side of our island gets up into the 20s. I think 21, 22 degrees Celsius for the summer months, QSL.
Yeah, right, it turns the corner and follows the coast, I suppose. So on that point there where the ocean currents change.
Exactly. So we have the offshore Japan current and the North Pacific current that does help us out. So it definitely does regulate it. So that's why I do grow all these plants out here. I mean, they grow here and they seem to be foolproof in our climate. I mean, some of the palm trees I planted, you know, just about 40 years ago, and they're thriving on neglect.
Yeah, okay, that sounds interesting. Yeah, it's amazing place. I don't know about this. So, I won't get into that one. Climate change has been changing since the dinosaurs.
Totally agree with you 100%. That climate change stuff, complete bullshit. I say, follow the dollar signs. It's just politicians wanting to make more money.
Yeah, I think people are starting to wake up to it, too, to be honest. They are over here anyway. I noticed one of our political parties is one that dumps and zero nesting. Yeah, that's right. Silly. We've shut all our coal-fired power stations and everything down. Yeah, we're selling, we've got some of the cleanest coal in the world, or the cleanest coal in the world, and we're selling it everywhere else instead of using it ourselves.
I agree with you 100%. And you know, you look at some of these countries that are burning coal and stuff like that, and Canada's the same way. They want to be net zero. We got this crazy guy running our country here. I call him Commie Carney, the prime minister, and he wants it to be net zero by 2030 or 2035, where everybody's going to be driving around in these electric vehicles. Well, let me tell you something. He thinks these electric vehicles are going to save the planet. They got to mine that crap for lithium ion comes out of the earth.
Yeah, what are we going to do with it when they're all stuffed?
Exactly. I say the same thing.
Oh, 6 years' time, that's going to be the next bloody environmental problem. What do they do with them all?
Exactly. Have you seen those things when they burn? Have you ever seen a lithium ion burn?
Well, I have. You ever hit a AAA lithium ion battery with an acid? Just a tiny little one. You hit it with an acid, stand out of the way.
I know, it's unbelievable, eh? And it takes probably 3 or 4 times the amount of water to put out a fire when it's a lithium ion. You know, I watch some of these things. I mean, these things, these guys charge them up in their house, you know, their bicycles or whatever in their car, and end up burning down their house.
Yeah, well, I think the latest one here, I'm sort of involved with public transport. I think the latest one here is they're going to ban all those e-bikes and electric scooters and all those sort of things on public transport because they're too bloody dangerous, but they're telling everyone to come behind to save the environment. So which is it?
I know, they can't make up their bloody mind, these guys, you know. And then I look at the leader of this country, and he's pushing this net zero climate change bullshit, and he flies around all over the place in his big jet burning off jet fuel. Total hypocrite.
Yeah, we're on the same page, and I'm starting to think a lot of people are starting the same thing, but starting to realise, you know, climate change, there's no doubt about that, but it's saying climate change and future dinosaurs, you know, otherwise we wouldn't have had the ice age, and we wouldn't have this, and we wouldn't have that, so it was changing long before we turned up, and it'll be changing long after we're gone.
I agree 100%, totally on the same page. It's, you know what I mean? It's just a money-making scheme for the government to get more money out of you. And this bloody government keeps giving all our money away to other countries when they should be keeping it here and helping their own people.
Yeah, we've got exactly the same problem, exactly the same mentality. The same as England, anyway. Exactly the same problem.
Yeah, I call them the dumbed down woke people that have bought into the bullshit. Not me, man. Anything, you know, the mainstream media here is actually funded by the government. So to me, it's just a bunch of propaganda they're feeding you.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And you listen to the local, the national broadcasting thing, you can see who's financing, you can tell who they believe in and who's financing them. That's the problem. More and more and more unreliable